First I will be adding 1.5 cup of water, then 2 tablespoons of oil in it, then a tablespoon of brown sugar, then 1.5 tablespoon of quick rise yeast. We are taking more yeast because we are using wheat flour here. Then I will be adding nearly 1.5 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of dry oregano while this is whisking. After doing this whisking well, then I'm going to add around 4 cups of flour. Now this flour which I have used is actually wheat flour, because today we are going to make this pizza made from wheat flour. After adding that, while this is churning, I'm going to add more, around half cup of water, but that will be gradual, and then also a tablespoon of oil, and then keep on continuously kneading it until it becomes a soft dough. Once the dough is ready, then I will be removing the dough out and then setting the dough to rest for around 45 minutes. Now because this is a wheat flour, it will take more time than the regular all-purpose flour. So that is why I'm setting the time for 45 minutes. Make sure to keep it in a dark area near where it is warm. I will wet my palms and I will pat it on top of this dough, and then I will be putting it for rest. By the time the dough rests, we are going to prepare the sauce. This is one of the ways I prepare my pizza sauce. Here I have taken 8 boiled tomatoes which I have peeled their skins, and then I added a teaspoon of oregano and a tablespoon of soy sauce. Then on top of that I added around 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and then 2 teaspoons of chili flakes. These are few basil leaves. If you do not have them, you can skip it or add some cilantro. Then I added 2 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon of lemon juice. Then I added 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup, and this is my homemade chutney which I had made from tamarind. It has a little bit of sugar, so if you are using just a pulp, then make sure that you use only a teaspoon. So I'm going to blend all of this together. So now this is the blended mixture and I'm going to cook it for 5 minutes. I've taken just a teaspoon of oil, and then I have added a pinch of asafoetida, and now pouring the sauce. I will be cooking it for nearly 5 minutes, like keeping the lid covered and then cooking it just for 5 minutes, and then just removing the raw taste of the tomato. And that's it, it's done. So now I will be turning off the stove and then emptying this sauce in a bowl and let it cool down. Make sure that you completely cool down the sauce. It's a very important step because you do not want your pizza to get soggy. So here is my dough which is nicely raised in 45 minutes. So I'm going to knead it a little bit and then cut it into halves. Because we are making a double layer pizza, the first half I'll be showing you how to roll it. This is around 14 inches pizza I am making, like it's a large pizza. So making sure that the dough is evenly spread, that is why I'm using this kind of rolling pin. All the ingredients, whatever I have used and the equipments I have used, I will be sharing the link in the description for you to get access to it if you cannot find it locally. So here I have used some organic cornmeal. This helps with the base of the pizza to become extra crunchy. So the top part will be cooked and nice and soft, and the base part will be nice and crunchy, not extremely crispy, but a perfect texture what you need for a pizza. So if you see, I am pressing the sides because you want the corners to be raised up so the sauce doesn't overflow. So first, this cool down sauce, I'm going to spread it on top. Time we are doing this, make sure to keep the oven on preheat on 350 Fahrenheit. After spreading the sauce evenly, then I will be adding some sun-dried tomatoes. These are just tomatoes which have been dried. Now I'm adding some fresh basil leaves. These basil leaves are usually used in making Italian pizza. This is one of the herb. If you do not have this, then you can use cilantro or coriander leaves. Now these are some peeled zucchini slices which I am putting on top of it. And now after this I will be using some oregano and savory herb on it and then grating the cheese on top. So for cheese, because I'm making a double layer pizza, I want to make sure that the base has good amount of sauce and toppings along with the cheese. So make sure that the cheese is enough so your pizza, double layer pizza, doesn't taste too doughy. I used around 600 grams of cheese, both the top and the base layer. So I've kept that aside and now rolling the other half of the dough. You can make the same thing with the all-purpose flour if you desire. I decided to do with the wheat flour because it's more healthy and it doesn't have that much of a difference in the taste. So here I applied on all the corners some water so that I can stick both the layers together properly. So after placing this, I see that the side of this part is a little bit bigger, so I will be trimming it down with a pizza knife. After doing this, I'm going to press all the corners evenly to the bottom layer of the dough, and then I will be pressing it in this manner and then turning it little bit so that it doesn't open up during the time of baking. This is one of the reasons why I did not use more flour to roll the dough, because it helps easily to stick both the layers together. Now I'm going to use a knife and poke holes into this dough. Do not try to poke too deep because you don't want the bottom layer cheese or sauce to ooze out. So now I'm applying your sauce and then I'll be adding some more toppings here. So first will be the layer of cheese and then zucchini. After that I'm going to add some black olives, some basil leaves, pineapple chunks, then some green olives, then there are these sun-dried tomatoes again, then I have some chopped tomatoes. Now these tomatoes I did not use the water part of it, so make sure that you remove all the seeds, otherwise your pizza can get a little bit soggy. Then grating the cheese, covering all the sides properly. One thing I wanted to mention is that the bottom layer, when you are putting the cheese, make sure that you add cheese to the corners so that it's not too doughy. And here I added more sauce, and then again on top I'm adding some cheese. This is the way how I'm spreading the cheese evenly. Now I'll be adding more basil leaves. Then I will be sprinkling some dry oregano on top. And then I will be allowing this pizza to rest for 10 minutes and then putting it in the oven on the middle rack for around 25 to 30 minutes on 350 Fahrenheit until the base turns crispy. So here is our pizza ready. If you see the edges of the pizza, the cheese has turned a little bit brown. That is what we want. And the crust has been cooked completely. If you're not using a nice non-stick tray for pizza, you can always put a parchment paper So here my pizza crust. It looks amazing. It is actually soft at the same time. It has a little bit crispy crust. The dough has cooked completely well. Now I'll be removing slices of the pizza and then putting it on the offering plate. This is how the crust looks like. And if you see, it is loaded with cheese and sauce and toppings. And then I will be putting a tulsi leaf and offering it at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.